I am Alice White Bussey. I am co-owner of Bussey's Florists and Gifts, along with my husband James.
Tell them, Bussey.
We have been in business since 1962 in the metropolitan Atlanta area. Since 1962, we have developed our business to become internationally known. And we send flowers and gifts. We do banquets from weddings to receptions, even all the celebration from the time we come into the world until the time we leave. Bussey's Florists is involved. But we decided some years ago that we did not have enough capacity in the black community to serve the expanding market for flowers. We decided to help train and create, replicate ourselves. And to date, we have helped 5 other individuals open up flower shops. We wanted to build capacity so that as the black community needed our services and help, they could find qualified businesses anywhere in the metropolitan Atlanta area that were black owned and operated. Then we looked at how we bank. We wanted those same businesses in the community to bank black. So it was at that time that I became the first female president of the Atlanta Business League and looked at how we could get organizations and others to bank black. And it was through the Concerned Black Clergy, SCLC, and others that we put on a campaign to get the community at large, the African American community, to open up new accounts with black banks. We're still in that mode of that campaign. And we have not succeeded in getting more of us educated to how we create our own jobs and own our own community where we can bank black and we can buy black. So we can start with those seasons when we spend the most money, during Christmas, during Valentine, Mother's Day, Easter. But generically, we buy a lot of food. So you look at the opportunities. There are opportunities in the health industry, in the marketplace for food purchasing, and even for us to get back to making our own clothes as well as we do our own hair. So we need to buy black. The black community is suffering, but we don't have to because we have the spending power. The every other group come to us to take our dollar out of the community. We need to turn our dollar over more and more. And the only way we can do that is that we reinvest in ourselves, in our own community.
Tell me a little bit about the survey that was taken on the bank black, buy black in the community. What were some of the questions that was asked, and what were some of the answers you had?
Well, some of the basis for creating the survey was to make sure when we met with the bank presidents that we could give them a report of some of the concerns that we had gotten from the current client and perhaps future clients. And some of it was just basically how they're treated when you walk in the bank with the customer service, how they're able to get reports or get their accounts handled when there were problems. And other was there were not enough locations or the convenience or a lack of not having access to them. But we were letting us know that as we grow and you grow the capacity of the bank, then the banks could, in fact, correct more and more of those activities that were talked about as they have more capacity. It's sort of like the chicken and egg, which one comes first? You need to have the more investment in order to get the more resources to correct some of the problems.
Tell me, if you know, how much of our money coming from the church on Sundays going into the banks and what percentage?
Well, we just heard today that $28 million a Sunday come out of our we put into the bank on Monday morning through the black church. So we have, right here in the 5-county metro Atlanta area, we have $30 billion that we spend, $30 billion, and we only keep about 5% of that in our community. So what we're trying to do is just increase the amount of business we do with ourselves, with our own money that we already have.
And that's not even creating nothing new.
Nothing new.
Just change our buying habits and spending habits.
Just change our concept. It's a behavior modification, psychological. We have to begin to look at what is the problem. Why we take our dollar and go give it to somebody else. And while we can't hire ourselves, we could go and have more black-owned businesses. We can have the young people going in business. We can have retired people going in business. Because we're going to need to eat. We're going to need to have housing, clothing. We need to buy more land. Our foreparents, they bought land. We need more. These generations that's coming after us, they need to buy land. But how are they going to do that if they don't learn about how to retain the dollars and get the expertise they need through the wisdom of African Americans who already have gone the way they need to go?
Again, thank you, Ms. Bussey.
You're welcome.